Welcome to Venusian Soul Tarot. Today I'm back with a timeless pick a card reading, and it's going to be what is your new chapter. So I want you to cast your gaze over the cards and ask your higher self which card has a message for you. We have group number 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. If you need to pause the video to meditate further, please do so. But for those of you who are ready, let's get started. Hi, group 1. Okay, so for this group, with Soul Child here, I feel as though there is a brand new cycle happening and starting for you. And it's specifically around, I want to say, new endeavors, creativity. There's essentially more light, more laughter, more play, more joy that's flowing into your life. I also feel as though if your finances have been slowed with this Knight of Pentacles, there's an increase in financial flow. But I do feel for many of you with the Three of Pentacles and Nine of Wands, it's linked to something that you're creating, or it's linked to an endeavor, like a skill, a talent, an endeavor that you have here. So for some of you, you may be literally giving birth to something new or creating something new. But there's really strong energy of endings here. You have the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords. You may be seeing 10-10 as well. I just get this really strong energy of closure. But I also just heard the end of a difficult cycle or a difficult chapter. So this new chapter as well, again, I keep getting, there's something here around children, specifically even your inner child. There's something about like joy, play, self-expression. For some of you, a talent or a dream that you've had since childhood is flourishing, or you're engaged with the Knight of Wands, you're following passions you've had for a long time or since childhood that give way to greater abundance in your life and more flow. I just feel in general like you're going to be in a really good place within self, right? I feel like a new beginning, but I feel like you're going to feel, I want to use the word renewed. There's a sense of renewal, passion, purpose. If things as well felt like they'd hit a wall or certain doors were closed to you, it's like now they open. But it's like for some of you, this could be the energy of a blessing in disguise where certain paths or pathways, people, situations were closed off to you, or it felt like you couldn't move ahead, but then it led you through the right door. There's some sort of doorway or portal or opportunity that's opening now for you because of that door closing. I feel like as well, I just heard like anything that's not aligned with you is leaving. So there's this sense here of anything that doesn't feed your soul. With Soul Child, it's like some of you may be, I don't know if discarding is the right word, but letting go of, releasing, transmuting anything that doesn't serve you, anything that doesn't feel aligned, you know, isn't in sync with you at a core level. I feel like that's either being stripped away or you're letting go of certain beliefs, experiences, people, philosophies so that you can live in a way that's in accordance with that higher self and with your path and purpose. But with the Nine of Swords as well, I feel like there's an end to overthinking or worrying, especially with some of you if something is closing out that plagued your mind or created a lot of difficulties for you. Even indecision, I just heard. Because for some of you, I'm hearing this portal or doorway was not visible to you. So you could have felt like, you know, this isn't working out, or I keep being met with resistance or challenges or obstacles, but then I don't know where else to go or where else to apply my efforts. And what's shifting here is now you know like where to go, what to do, like your intuition and your divine guidance is on point. I think it's going to be very clear to you, and you're going to have very clear insights in regards to what serves your time and energy and what doesn't. Yeah, and also very discerning. I just keep hearing if it doesn't bring me joy, it's going. So for some of you as well, like you may be cleaning up. I'm even seeing, it's making me think of that show on Netflix. Was it Marie Kondo? And she always asks, like when she's decluttering, like, does this item bring you joy? And they go through their homes with that mentality. But I see you doing that not only with necessarily physical possessions, but in regards to every area, like friendships, relationships, career. There's just this energy of maybe decluttering, simplifying, and getting back to the core, your core values, your core, I want to say happiness as well. I also feel like you're going to be connecting with people at a soul level. This is like soul family, soulmate energy. There's no superficiality in this energy, in the sense of you may, in this next chapter, have a lot of trouble with small talk. I just feel like you're going to be so raw and authentic and true to self that anyone that comes in with an energy that doesn't match, that doesn't resonate that authenticity, or that's more focused on, the superficial, the surface level, I just feel like it's not going to sit with you. For some of you, this could also involve you maybe spending more time traveling in nature, creating anything. For this group, you're really getting in touch with your inner child, right? And you're learning how to either awaken that inner child, but bring more of that light, that spark, that joy. Now I'm seeing Matilda, the movie Matilda, in my mind's eye, but it's like you may also be watching things or creating things that really spark and ignite that inner child. You also may be getting more hobbies. I just see one particular hobby. It's not necessarily just a hobby. It's like a talent, skill hobby that I see you investing in. But this could also be or turn into, for example, like a side hustle, a business, a project. But I feel like you're going to have a lot of creative energy, and your energy and vitality in general on a physical level is also increasing. Your first oracle card is sovereignty with this dragon energy, right to choose, immunity to hooks on the 10 of Wands. This is what I'm saying. It's like you're choosing yourself. You're choosing yourself. You're choosing the path that resonates with you. You're marching to the beat of your own drum, and any external influences or situations that you kind of felt pulled into but didn't really align to you and for you, or you didn't really want to add energy into, I feel like you're letting go of that now. You're not taking that energy on. And with sovereignty, for some of you, you may be doing something like going your own way, right? This ending up here with the 10 of Wands and 10 of Swords, you could be like ending this new cycle. You may have started it by ending a job, a career, a connection. There could be movement. There's something about a big ending, or for some of you, it could be a drastic ending or something that was integral to your life closing out prior to this new chapter. But I just keep hearing like go your own way. Isn't that a song by Fleetwood Mac? But I feel like you're choosing yourself, you're choosing your happiness. Again, anyone or anything that tries to squash this light, this passion, this confidence, I just feel like you're going to walk away. Either walk away or set boundaries. You're going to have very strong boundaries. We have an Earth Angel. Yeah, I also just heard anyone that's been taking your kindness for weakness is, you're almost teaching them a lesson, or you're just not going to be taking that energy on. So kindness, sensitivity is strength, higher perspective, divine abilities. Again, some of you have a specific ability. This could be like a spiritual gift. For many of you, I also feel very strong, like a creative gift, hobby, passion. But I feel like you're going to be investing time and energy into self, into you. Some of you may be realizing in this new chapter, or even at the end of your current one, that a lot of your burdens with the 9 of Swords and 10 of Wands were given to you or put on you from an external source, an external, whether this be like a job, a person, a situation, and it wasn't yours to carry, because I see like you're like dropping the weight. You're not taking that energy on, and you're really mastering your mind in this new cycle with the 9 of Swords. Like there's an end to overthinking. You're very much in the present moment, and you're living for you now. You're not kind of delaying happiness or delaying gratification to a future moment. You have cycles of change, illuminating boundaries, new beginnings. So again, you're definitely going to be setting a lot firmer boundaries. You're going to be protecting your peace, your space. And I just keep hearing you're not allowing anyone on this path of yours that would derail it or that wants to dampen the flames. I just feel like if there's been, in the past, negativity or naysayers or those who try to convince you that you can't do something, I just feel like you're not having it and you're not hearing about it. I just heard as well being happy to walk alone or to spend time, like you may be spending a little bit more time alone, especially in a creative pursuit. You may need more time to create. You have play. More fun, jokes, and laughter, please. Again, with Two of Swords and play, it's like choosing from that place of joy, but it's also following the path and being around individuals that lighten your spirit, that lift you up, high vibrational connections, high vibrational experiences, and it's like really surrounding yourself with those types of people. And with play, again, I feel like there's something you're going to be doing or working on that does bring a lot of joy, that does bring a lot of happiness. That renewed spark, because they keep showing me like you being lit up, or like there's a sense of something sparking within you, and I feel like that's going to really give you a lot of drive and momentum in all areas of your life. You have individuality. Every person has their own personalized study plan in this earth school. It's funny, you have sovereignty and individuality, and again I'm getting like going your own way, following your own path. And when you look at these birds, they're all a variety of beautiful colors. There's something about you fully letting yourself shine, or not being afraid again of revealing more of your authenticity, or even more of your creative flair. If there were parts of yourself that you felt you couldn't fully reveal, or that weren't fully accepted by those around you, I feel like they're coming out of hiding. Or for some of you, this could link to this talent or passion or skill that you have. You have true offering. True offering takes what can be an unbearable cross and returns it to love. Again, when you think of a cross, I also am getting like burden, right? Anyone or anything that's tried to burden you, it's like you're letting go of the past, you're letting go of fear, worry, negative energy, the projections of other people and their own limiting beliefs. I just feel like you're definitely traveling light, or you're not taking any of this forward into your future. Birds could be significant in general, because we keep seeing winged creatures and you have wings, but I also feel like some of you may resonate with having your wings, or when I think of that and taking flight, I also think of freedom. So in this new chapter, I feel like you're going to have greater freedom, which could be coming as well from that increase in financial flow, and also what you're creating here. We have sacred connection with Metatron and Sandalphon. Synchronicity, divine connection, understanding lessons. It's funny, you have understanding lessons with this Earth School study plan. I think for some of you as well, I feel like you've already been through difficult karmic lessons, karmic experiences, and it's like you're taking that wisdom with you. You have the divine director. Create space for divine order to unfold with trust the process and Knight of Wands. I think some of you as well are seeing very clearly what you're here to do and create. With that Two of Swords, if there was ever a sense of, having a lack of clarity or not knowing how to proceed, I feel like you've overcome that, or you are overcoming that. So it's enabling you to really move ahead and move forward on your path, because you can you can feel with clarity who and what is for you, and what, again, based on what lightens your spirit. Things that bring you joy, things that lift you up, I feel like that's where you're offering your energy. You also have the path of light. Life places the perfect people and situations on my path to help me advance on my journey of inner growth. I possess the courage I need to progress despite any obstacles I might meet. I study my experiences, seeking the wisdom they have to offer. In this way, I improve from day to day. Today, I choose to grow in faith, and I'm confident that at the end of my road, I will join the light. Yeah, and it's like this trust in life, right? With life places the perfect people and situations on my path to help me grow and advance. That's what I was getting here with trust the process. You're not going to force anything or fake anything, especially when it comes to people and connections, but just in general. It's like you're letting go of things that don't feel aligned, people that don't get you, that don't speak like that same soul language. It's like you're not taking that energy on anymore, and I feel like you're not going to accept anything less than full healthy soul-based connections and things that are aligned with you at a soul level. A door to the infinite. At my heart center, there is a door that leads to the infinite. Today, I visit my heart center and open that door. As I enter, I experience a deep sense of serenity, and I understand that I'm eternal, that I am indestructible. From here, I can see beyond my life's challenges to the higher levels of my existence. I know now that my inner light is infinite. Yeah, this ties into with a door to the infinite. This is the portal or doorway that I feel is opening for you. And again, it comes from following your heart. But can you see these depictions here? They look like little cherubs or little fairies. But again, I keep seeing an emphasis on a child or something around giving birth, right? And this can be metaphorically speaking for something you're creating. But there's definite healing here around that inner child. It's like you're living with more of that childlike wonder, childlike spirit, and being really open to life and the present moment and what's meant for you. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 2. So for this group, what is your new chapter? I feel for this group, you're really working on healing and specifically healing the subconscious mind, limiting beliefs. Even I'm seeing like with justice here, karmic clearing, letting go of karmic situations, forgiving the past, letting go of certain people so they no longer affect your I almost said creativity, but your creativity, the flow of abundance. Because for this group, your new chapter, I see you manifesting huge amounts of wealth and success, or that's the path many of you are on. But there's this journey over here with 7 of Swords, the Moon, the 3 of Swords, where I feel like you're healing from the past, you're letting go of certain energies and frequencies so that you can step into your divine abundance. And so you can allow that abundance into your life. But with Justice and 3 of Swords as well, I feel like your new chapter, it begins as well when you fully forgive and release certain karmic people or situations from the past. And with 7 of Swords and the Moon, very strong energy for me of self-sabotage or limiting beliefs that exist in the subconscious that are affecting, for example, our finances or our forward progress, right? Because with creative intelligence and Page of Wands, some of you may attract or create and build like a legacy or a huge amounts of wealth from a creative idea, from that spark with that Page of Wands. But it's like, in order to do that, we can't be carrying around this energy because it's certain limiting beliefs are not compatible with the level of success and creativity and abundance we're wanting to create. We're wanting to bring in. So there's something here around healing the mind, healing the subconscious, letting go of some of these patterns so that you can receive what you truly deserve. Yeah, with King of Pentacles and 10 of Pentacles, again, this Page of Wands, this could be, a creative idea, a business endeavor. I'm getting the energy of like a pioneer or someone that brings in something very unique, especially with the Ametrine. We have Amethyst and Citrine. Amethyst for me correlates with that third eye, like downloads insights, and citrine is obviously a crystal of abundance. So for some of you, I feel like you get this spark is like an idea or a download that you then work on or build upon that brings you immense, abundance, wealth, security, blessings. And also stability, but it's like, it's the right type of stability, right? And it's like, there's some sort of awareness in this new chapter that I cannot have the blessings, the life, the future that I want and desire for myself without shifting this energy or without working from the inside out. There's some sort of clarity here where it's like, things have to change, or your mind has to be open to receive this insight and download and to build. And it's like you're letting go of anyone or anything that was kind of tethering your vibration, lowering your frequency. With creative intelligence as well in this new chapter, I feel like your mind, you're going to feel a lot more open-minded, expansive, even freedom-loving. With justice here, I feel like your energy is also very well balanced. There's a sense of inner peace, inner harmony, balance, tranquility. But I think it's also because not only with justice, you may have ended, or certain karmic situations have already cleared out of your life before you enter this new chapter. But I'm also getting, it's like sometimes what plagues us or disturbs our peace, right, is the mental rumination of these experiences. And that's what you're working on, is clearing or healing at the root certain experiences of the past that may have contributed or led to limiting beliefs about yourself, your future, your path and journey. And it's like these limitations can no longer trip you up, because again, they're showing me like a weed, and you know, obviously you can cut them off cut the branches off or cut them off at the surface and they keep reappearing, where it's like you're going deeply into the subconscious. Some of you may be working with subliminals and reprogramming the subconscious, because it's like you're pulling out that weed and the root at the core. And that's what's making all the difference as well. Because you have here forgiveness, see bigger picture, trust and heal. And that's what I feel like you're doing, right? And can you see all these butterflies on these wounds? And then I feel like once these wounds are healed, the butterflies take flight. And that's what's happening with you. There's a certain level of inner work necessary to create these changes or outcomes in the physical. And again, for many of you, this isn't a small success. This is a lot of abundance. This is a lot of success coming in. And it's like your being and your energy field is the foundation for the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. So you have to be in this really beautiful energy and very grounded and healed within yourself to be able to manifest this or to be able to bring this into reality. And with that, to me, this looks like a spirit guide watching over you as well. In this new chapter, I feel like there's going to be a lot of synchronicities. You're also going to have a lot of support from the divine. It's like the divine, you know, the divine is guiding you. Ultimately, I feel like this idea is literally a blessed idea or insight or download you get from spirit to build this or to create this, and you will be guided step by step. But this is like long, huge amounts of wealth, abundance, legacy, something that leaves a mark in the most positive of ways. But again, it's like you have to be in that beautiful frequency and in that high frequency to attract and create this. But that's what you're doing. It's like you're clearing away seeds or things in the mind that have grown and bloomed that don't serve you, that could be based on painful experiences of the past, or just limiting beliefs in general, fear. You also had surrender, release misaligned energies, retune to your truth. Yeah, again, you're clearing your energy field, you're clearing the past, you're taking the wisdom with you with justice, but it's like you're not carrying that energy anymore. You're not carrying that energy for other people. You're not allowing what has been to distort your perception of what you're capable of in the future. It's like, you know your worth, you know your value, and it's like there's a sense of being unshakable as well, right? Because in order to grow this, you need to be very steady, very sure of yourself, very clear. And that's what I feel. So it's like I keep seeing someone listening to affirmations and subliminals. So spirit may be really encouraging you to do that, even meditation, to really help master your mind, clear your mind, so that you're in alignment with this. I also feel for this group, you may have had to do with that moon a level of shadow work, or at the beginning of this new chapter, you're still kind of healing the subconscious, doing some shadow work and integrating that energy so that your self-concept or your connection with yourself is very steady and sturdy. You also had way shower. Shake up the system, cellular upgrades with Three of Swords. We shake up the system, even cellular upgrades, right? This is an energetic shift. It's like you're changing up your energy field and you're releasing, with Three of Swords beneath this, it's like you're releasing pains, wounds, traumas that have been collected energetically, emotionally in the body. So you could be working with energy clearing, Reiki, again, meditation, different techniques to kind of transmute certain energies. Because in this new chapter, essentially, it's like you're going to feel like it's a blank slate, right? Like you're not holding the past with you at this justice point. It's like you're taking the wisdom, but you've left it behind completely. It has no effect or bearing on your sense of self. It doesn't affect your life moving forward. And it's like you're grateful for some of these experiences or some of these lessons and how they've helped you evolve. Creativity. You have two cards with creativity. Self-expression, life is your canvas. Yeah, I said blank slate, but blank canvas, right? And it's like there's a knowing here as you go into this new chapter that my mind is that canvas. The thoughts I think, the beliefs I hold, the perceptions I nurture, that is what's creating my reality. I'm almost getting the book, you know, Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. That's coming into mind as well. And she was big on affirmations and shifting and meditation, but shifting certain belief systems. And that's what I feel like you're doing so that you can create a life that really feels aligned for you. But again, with creativity and self-expression, with Page of Wands, there's an idea, there's a passion, there's some, I just heard again, pioneer, there's something new that you can create or cultivate that you then, you know, express in the world or that you give birth to in the world. Yeah, you have liberation on Justice. So the doubts and fears still come up. You don't believe anymore that they're you. Yeah, with liberation, again, I'm getting karmic liberation. Butterflies and also dragonflies could be really important for you as like a spirit animal or an omen. But I'm just getting in general, it's like not only being liberated from the experience, because for many of you, I feel like these experiences are already over. It's liberation on a mental level, right? Because oftentimes they continue or perpetuate our suffering in the mind. And that's what you're mastering. And with dragonfly, I get very strong air energy. So it's like you're mastering that mind, or you're mastering the effect it has on you and your life and your perception. Yeah, I'm also getting like you're going to feel free as well, or there's more freedom here, especially with the amount of abundance that you're attracting or you will be attracting and creating. There's much more financial flow. If you've struggled with lack and limitations previously, I feel like that's coming to an end. You're going to feel as though you have been set free. You may also find as well that things flow more harmoniously for you. We have awakening. O my Lord, wake me from life as a spiritual sheep. May I hear you through my own instincts and common sense. Yeah, and it's funny talking about hearing spirit and the divine on the Page of Wands, because that Page of Wands is what I was feeling is an idea or download that comes from the divine. But it's like this liberation has to happen first in the closing of the previous cycle in order for this new chapter to start. But again, I think you're going to be very passionate, very kind of lit up, creative, inspired. And I keep hearing free. I'm hearing as well that song by, is it Emily Sandé, Free? I think it's Emily Sandé and Rudimental. You may want to look at those lyrics, but there's definitely this sense of, yeah, cultivating your own freedom, setting yourself free, and really connecting more deeply with the divine. Look, you have Lady Portia, overcoming limitations, karmic release, let go of the need to be right, above the King of Pentacles. So again, definite closing of a karmic cycle, karmic chapter, and also letting go and processing karmic situations, and to the point of forgiveness where you've completely let it go and released it. With overcoming limitations, the biggest limitation as well is often fear. So for some of you, if you've had some fear around, you know, your projects, your career path, even your finances, you're overcoming that sense of fear. Yeah, and Rumi, mystical knowing, breaking boundaries, personal experience of God, sitting on the Ten of Pentacles. And Rumi, I don't know if is this Rumi the poet? But that's the energy I was just getting, right? Where it's like channeling poems from the divine, right? That live on. But there's some sort of, and again, you don't have to necessarily be a poet, but there's something here about receiving downloads or connecting so deeply with God, with the divine, with source, and channeling that information that leads to huge amounts of abundance, right? Not that that's the purpose. Like, I feel like you are very passionate about this, but that's one of the side products or side benefits. We have, I discover who I am. Today I discover the riches that lie within me. I acknowledge my true self. I see myself as an unlimited being and marvel at the beauty of my life. I recognize the wealth of possibilities available to me as a being of light. As I learn who I am, I recognize the divine within me. Yeah, your journey of healing, self-discovery, karmic release is instrumental to what you do here, because that's the path you go on where you recognize yourself as at a soul level. And I just read here with let go of the need to be right. This is about opening your mind, right, to new perspectives, possibilities, ideas. Through this healing process, especially of the subconscious or the mind in general, that's what opens or widens and expands your mind enough to take this path or to receive this download and be open to it and believe it's possible. Master of my life, I dedicate my strength to the divine within me, aligning myself with the true sovereign of my life. My ego steps aside as I listen to my inner voice and act in accordance with the truth I hear. In this way, I become the master of my life. I live in abiding humility, grace, and love for the glory of God. So again, there's almost this energy of an ego death, which enables you to fully follow your soul's path and what truly feels aligned to you and for you. And I feel like that's the journey you're on. But it's like there could be this period prior to this new cycle and chapter opening where some of the conditioning, the limiting beliefs, or even the ego is kind of crumbling or shedding so that you can step into this energy fully. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 3. So what is your new chapter? I feel like with paradigm shift, you're seeing very clearly what you need to let go of, essentially, or what isn't serving you any further. And there's this sense of letting go, shifting your perception, clearing away, I just heard debris, but beliefs, past experiences, energies that can't come with you into this new world, right? Because with paradigm shift, I know this reading is what is your new chapter, but for this group especially, I feel like it's not just a new chapter. It's like you've closed the book or you're about to close the book and write a whole new book. There's huge changes in the air for you, or there's a possibility of large amounts of change or having a completely different experience of life. It's almost like you will have, if you look back on your life's journey, you'd see like your life before this point and then your life after, like a turning point or a pivot point. Also, I just noticed you have 444, so that number could be significant. But again, it's almost like a change in your foundation as well. I don't know how to explain it. Like, this makes me think, do you know when someone goes through a spiritual awakening or a shift and then they make a 180-degree turn where it's like who they once were before the awakening is nothing like who they are after. Even their food preferences, what they like to do. It's like almost like being a new self. That's what I'm getting for this group. There's something, and I don't know that this is just one area of your life. Honestly, I feel like it could be across the board. For some of you, maybe it's one significant change, but I just feel like you're going to be in a really different energy. I don't know, you're going to feel very differently about yourself, your potential, where you want to invest energy, what feels aligned to you. For some of you, it could be like meeting with the world, like meeting a significant connection or connections, like meeting your soul family, soulmate, soul tribe, and that creates a huge shift or change as well in your life's experience in the world that you create. Yeah, but it's like you're being prepared right now. It's like the breaking down of certain structures, beliefs, experiences, past events that can't come with you into this brand new world. I just keep hearing anything that binds you, anything that tethers you needs to be released. And I feel like you will be working on letting go of that energy. Especially with that hangman energy here also. If things have felt as well like they were on hold, or it's like, oh, like why can't I move ahead, or why can't I gain traction? It's like during this period where things are falling away or you're letting go of certain things with the hangman and the Four of Pentacles, it could feel as though things are stuck in the physical or things aren't moving ahead in the physical, but it's in preparation for big changes, big moves. And it's almost like allowing that process to happen and not, I just heard as well, not giving into fear. But yeah, with this violet amethyst crystal, I always think of the violet flame. And it's like there's this energy here of transmuting, right? And with paradigm shift, it does make me think of structures of the mind or belief systems or even past events with the Five of Swords, Five of Pentacles that affected what you believe is possible for yourself. You may be breaking down, I just heard, defenses around the heart chakra that are necessary to clear away for this new cycle, new life, maybe even like new connections. So I do feel there's that energy here as well. But with that Seven of Wands and Four of Pentacles, this can be energy where you may be quite protective of yourself, and that's good. Like having boundaries and being discerning obviously is positive, but there may be an energy here of not you know, allowing in the right people or the right community. So if there's any energy here of being guarded, especially like closed off at the heart chakra, I feel like that's changing as well, where I see you being in an energy in this new life, I want to say, where you're a lot more open. But again, open to the right people, the right connections. With Five of Pentacles, Five of Swords, this for me can be like a fear of lack of finances, lack of success, or fear of failure. It's like things that have stopped you. There could have been internal beliefs or structures of the mind, past events that were affecting your ability to proceed and move ahead. But because they're kind of, you know, operating on an invisible level or in the unseen realms, you may not have been as aware of these things. And it's like now you have this level of clarity, or now you're seeing this clearly, you can release it and move ahead. But yeah, I just feel like your life is going to, it's not a new chapter at all for you. It's a new life. A new life and a new self, I want to say. Like everything about how you perceive the world, or even things you like to do, I feel like may be changing. And with paradigm shift, I did use that example of an awakening, a spiritual awakening, where, you know, things overnight, it can feel like everything has changed. And that's what I'm getting for some of you. It may literally be like an ego death, or, you know, a huge awakening. And we can have many awakenings, but there's something about this where everything shifts, or you could go through this phase in your life where a lot is falling away in preparation for this new life. Because they're showing me like the ocean, like a wave being pulled back toward the ocean and then crashing at the shore. There's something about like letting go, shedding for this, to catch this new wave, or to go and enter this new life. So your first oracle card is Storm. It's okay to feel it all, cleanse, collapse of the old, realignment. So again, there's a lot clearing for you. You're transmuting energy. The color violet may be significant for you as well. Violet and blue, I'm getting very strong. But I'm just getting like this for me is a tower in this oracle deck. So again, old structures crumbling, letting go of the past, letting go of past beliefs, limitations, fear. It's like you're not taking any of those frequencies with you. I'm just hearing like what has been, and it's like, that's it. I'm letting go. I'm moving forward. But with Storm, there may be, you could be working with the violet flame, or spirit may be asking you to work with the violet flame to purify or transmute certain emotions that you're holding. Because there could be a level of, I know I said with paradigm shift, these are like mental beliefs, but there could be some repressed emotion coming up as well that you're clearing. But with Storm, it does give that energy of potentially the tower, where certain things with collapse of the old, it's like a timeline, a life, and this could correlate to certain, you know, bigger structures in your life falling as well, whether this is a change in work, change in career, change in relationships. I just see a big shift in every area. And it's like this energy has to be released, cleared, transmuted to open up to the new. We have Universe, Master number 11, Archangel Metatron, wholeness, commune with all life, micro, macrocosm with the Four of Swords. I just heard coming out of hiding. With the Four of Swords, if some of you have literally been in hermit mode, or you've been more like within your own being, right? It's like now it's time to open to life, but especially to people. So this new life or new chapter you're entering, it's like there's a strong emphasis of you're not alone in it. Or it's like the right connections are coming in, the right community, it could be the right job for some of you. Because I'm seeing like a group dynamic, like a work environment as well. But it's like now it's time for you to be supported and for you to align with, you know, people, situations, opportunities that do feel, you know, conducive to your growth, to your happiness. You also have my body is a safe space, transmuting, breaking down barriers, realizations on the Five of Swords. Yeah, it's like you're clearing the past experiences, beliefs, and situations that left you feeling that you weren't safe, or that you needed to, I just heard the phrase specifically shut down, but this could just be having, you know, very firm boundaries. There's something here about moderating the boundaries, or essentially it's going from like this can be the energy of being guarded or trying to protect ourselves because of situations in the past. And it's like now you're learning how to have that kind of interdependence where it's like I've still got firm boundaries and I'm still very clear in terms of my space and what I allow into my life or who I allow in, but it's not kind of keeping everyone out. There's a sense here of, and that won't resonate with everyone, but there's something here around shifting your concept of safety, right? Like feeling more secure and safe within your own being and your own body, your own vessel. And then feeling as though you can allow in, those people, circumstances, situations that do feel good for you, that do feel healthy. And this will be different for many of you because with the Four of Swords and the Hangman, it may be that, you were in a period or there's this period prior to this new chapter or new life where you are more so in hermit mode, but it's like coming out and really embracing others because you have community, healing, division, teamwork, freedom. Yeah, you're coming into an energy that's more collaborative, I want to say. And it's, again, I'm hearing healthy, healed interdependence. So it's like you've done this healing work, this inner work, this individual or these individuals, I'm getting very strong like soulmate, soul tribe energy with this community. They've done that inner work too. So the connections are very, very balanced. There's a sense of harmony here as well. You also have humility. Allow me, divine, to always accept the right assistance. I welcome your help in every way and delight in receiving it with the Hangman. That's what I was saying as well. If you felt kind of closed off or like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm getting like hyper independence, where it's like you may have felt like I have to depend on myself, or there's something here around renewed trust in people, in, the divine, in all of these experiences. And it's like the universe can step in more freely to support you, to help you, to guide the right people. There's a sense of synchronicity here where things are going to be guided. When I say things, I really want to say people. People are going to be guided into your life in a way that feels very harmonious and very aligned at a soul level. And you have deepening with this black cat. Once you're on earth for enough lifetimes, your old soul will begin to long for non-grasping detachment and surrender. They bring the peace of God. And it's funny that you have this sitting on the Four of Pentacles, but that's what I'm getting. It's like you're completely letting go, right? With detachment and surrender. And it's like you're embracing this peace. But it's funny we have this phrase deepening because I feel like there's really deep connections that are forming as you let go of certain attachments, beliefs, even an old way of being that may have been keeping out, either this connection or certain connections. Because again, when the King of Cups, the World, these are connections that are very emotionally available, right? Very loving, nurturing, healthy, supportive, communicative. I also feel like for this group, owls and black cats could be significant for you as signs or as a spirit animal. You have the blue beings, light transmission, wounds healed, important information charging up. So yeah, I feel like there is this healing process as well with this paradigm shift or through this transmutation. But I just feel in general, things aren't going to be hidden from you. If in the past, because you know how sometimes we can develop or have some apprehension around trusting, whether it be trusting, a literal person or trusting the divine because of past experiences where we were hurt, right? Or painful experiences of the past that we may have felt like we missed. But oftentimes, like they were lessons or they were there to help us grow and evolve. I'm getting this sense that your intuition is uncanny and so on point. Like even with this black cat, and you can see the eyes here, it's like you can see through people. Because of what you've been through, your discernment has been harnessed to such a level and such a degree that nobody could ever pull the wool over your eyes, or I just heard nobody can pull the wool over your eyes again if you have experienced that. So there's an energy here of really deepening your trust with yourself and with the divine. Yeah, the Lemurians. Clairvoyance activated, psychic awareness, sensitivity, trust your intuition. Again, your instincts are going to tell you who you're safe to open up to, who is right for you. I'm hearing just keep trusting that, because I feel like you've already done that and you are doing it to a degree, but there's a need to have faith in your ability to navigate your path and know who and what is meant for you. We have growing. Today I understand that I'm here to learn, to discover and grow. When I nourish myself with my inner light, my inner divinity grows. When I study the messages that life brings me, I am improved in the eyes of God. When I strike a balance between the material and spiritual worlds, I am freed of inner conflicts. In these ways, I grow my soul. So again, I feel like Spirit is saying, it ties into what I just said previously, that certain experiences you had, if you felt like, oh, like, why didn't I see that? Or why didn't I clock that? Again, it was all for your growth, right? So it's like with paradigm shift, you're reframing certain experiences in the past and seeing the wisdom and lessons and inner development that came from it, even if it was difficult or even if it was painful, and you have beyond. Today, I lift my consciousness above all worldly illusions. I remember the power I have in every situation. I always have a choice in how I respond. Today, I choose to turn my thoughts towards God. By focusing my awareness beyond the illusions of the material world, I experience simplicity and peace. It's funny because you had peace here and then you had the peace of God. But with simplicity as well, I feel like you may be recognizing, like, through detachment and letting go, right? There's peace, there's harmony. It's like you're not carrying this around with you anymore. Very strong energy of, surrender, divine surrender to what is meant for you on your path and your journey. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 4. So what is your new chapter? I feel for this group, you're going to have a huge spiritual awakening. Like, this is like an awakening where it's like day and night. You have a complete epiphany, breakthrough. Even for some of you, it may be literally attaining Christ consciousness. But I'm getting this sense where you're going to be seeing things so clearly. You're also having an upgrade in regards to your spiritual gifts and abilities with this high priestess, because I'm getting like clairvoyance. There's something about you seeing things more clearly than you ever have. I feel for some of you as well, you have a really important purpose that involves spirituality, because I just heard transmitting this energy to the collective. So with Christ consciousness, a large part of your purpose is your energetic transmission, how you show up in the world, your energy field, your vibration. And I do feel like it has a healing effect on others, or there's something about this. And I keep hearing a spontaneous awakening. I feel like for many of you, you may have been on a spiritual path for some time, but you know when we have those sudden awakenings or we upgrade to the next level, but it's quite a drastic one, almost like a shock to the system. With the Tower and Judgment, there's some sort of big epiphany, awakening or shift in your energy field. And I feel like it changes everything for you. Specifically, it changes how you see everything. And obviously, I'm thinking of A Course in Miracles where they say, a miracle is a shift in perception, right? Is it perception or perspective? I think it's perception. But that's what I'm getting. It's like a radical shift in perception that creates miracles or completely transforms your experience of life, of reality. And this somehow, I feel, then leads into your purpose, your life's purpose with that 9 of Cups High Priestess. Some of you are meant to be seen as a spiritual guide, a spiritual leader, I don't like to use the term guru, but that's coming through, like someone that can really guide and lead others, a psychic, a seer, a shaman. I just get very strong. You have such strong spiritual energy and abilities. And it's like with the Hierophant, there's something about this awakening that puts you in this frequency of the Hierophant, the teacher, right? The sage. And I'm getting like, this is like preparation for something you're going to do in the physical in regards to your purpose. Yeah, and with Christ consciousness, for some of you, the reason this could be like quite intense or sudden is making me think of like when you have a Kundalini awakening and it creates a huge shift in your energy field. There's something around, there's some sort of drastic shift in your consciousness, which then obviously shifts your frequency. And with Christ consciousness, again, it's definitely around awakening, higher awareness, seeing the divine God source in all things, all beings. it's just like the level of perception you have. It's funny because I just looked down and saw the owl, but I'm getting the level of wisdom and perception you have is out of this world, right? It's coming from such a high level of consciousness. But I feel like for this group, I don't feel like you need to do anything to have this happen. I'm hearing like it's either already underway or it's going to be spontaneous. Like this is divinely guided. This is divinely meant for you based on your life's journey, your energy field, and what is right for you moving forward. So it's not something you have to force or try to, initiate yourself. For some of you, it's almost like you're graduating too. Like I'm seeing like a spiritual initiate and now they're the teacher, right? Or they're stepping into a role of being the teacher or being more visible. With the High Priestess and Nine of Cups, I keep hearing for some of you, you're meant to be known for your spiritual gifts, or you have the capacity to be known for your spiritual gifts. But with Christ consciousness, there's some sort of expansion with this awakening that enables you to channel the divine or hear the divine more clearly, especially with the High Priestess and the Seven of Cups. It's like you can be guided more fully when it comes to, okay, where should I focus my energy or what should I be doing? It could be as well that there's certain intuitive ideas or downloads you receive that help you with this process. But with Christ consciousness, I just kept hearing it's happening for you, not to you. This is going to feel really drastic for you, but in the best of ways. This is like an awakening where it feels really positive and there's new doorways, new life, new inspiration, energies flowing more freely, or you feel like you've become more of yourself, right? But I do feel it is going to involve potentially for some of you a level of visibility, becoming more visible, or maybe sharing this energy, this Christ consciousness, this higher perspective and wisdom with other people. Yeah, I just keep hearing becoming more of yourself. But when I say self, not the limited or physical self, more of, the divine self, the higher self. So this is an upgrade where it's almost like you're living or embodying that divinity completely. Things are going to just happen for you. That's what I want to say. Like, I'm not saying you won't need to take action and you still need to follow your intuitive guidance if you are prompted to take inspired action. But there's something here where they're showing me like, a river flowing and things just kind of line up, or I don't know how to explain it, or certain things shift in your energy field that then trigger a response in the physical world. And I don't know, it's going to be very, it's going to be so clear with the signs, the synchronicities, the omens that the divine is working through you and speaking to you. Now I'm seeing like Pocahontas, but it's like, that kind of thing, like the winds are speaking to you. It's like you're listening, or you can hear and interpret divine messages better than you ever have, more clearly than you ever have. With the Tower and Judgment, it's almost like I'm seeing like the mind fall away. So for some of you, this could be like a complete ego death, or your mind becomes still and falls silent. So if you're used to kind of the ego and that mental chatter, it may be clearing. We have observe. Loving eyes see all. Equanimity, see the truth, step back. Yeah, with the Tower, you'll be seeing the truth and seeing more clearly than you ever have. But the way you're seeing may be completely different to, the world, right? Or how other people move through the world. It's going to be a game changer for you in terms of even the meaning of life, right? When you are really in sync with Source, your definition of life is very different to someone who's immersed in the 3D. There's something here where you're seeing a truth so clearly, spiritually speaking, maybe seeing the truth of your being and the divine. But I feel some of you are here to communicate or transmit that truth to others, to the collective. But equanimity as well. In this new chapter, you're going to have this beautiful balance. Like I'm getting a very Zen energy where things don't really throw you. There's not a lot of emotional reaction. You're kind of still within, quiet, peaceful. Yeah, it's just like the mind becoming very still. With observe as well, you may have some sort of, self-inquiry or observational practice, mindfulness-based practice. Your awareness, you're going to see so clearly. Like even with these eyes, it's like just getting straight to the point. You may also notice like when you do speak, because I am getting like more of a silent energy with this group, or you may fall and become more silent through this awakening and need extra time in stillness and meditation. But it's like when you speak, it's going to be so clear. Like your energy and your voice is going to be so powerful. So for some of you, there is an upgrade here happening with that throat chakra where you're able to transmit energy more powerfully than you ever have. You also have crown. Right to know, go beyond detachments, divine alignments. Again, this group, you have a very Zen energy. Like I don't know, it's a mixture of like shamanism and Buddhism, where it's kind of like, you know, connecting with nature, reading the signs, the omens, but then very Zen, very still, very grounded. And it's like with this embodiment or this awakening you're going through, that's just going to enhance even more. People may find when they're around you, like they're just, I don't know if you notice, like when you enter a room, people become still or quiet, or they just are fixated on you. There's something about your aura and your energy field that's going to speak so loudly. Some of you do have a golden aura as well, but I just heard the phrase as well, spiritual royalty, where there's a sense of you know, having a very high standing on a soul level, a high level of consciousness and development. And it's like unspoken. People can feel this before you even speak. I feel with the Empress and the Seven of Cups and Nine of Cups, there may be a lot of opportunities that come in for you as well. But again, I'm hearing you're not trying. This is all happening through your energy field. You have go with the flow, Divine Mother, Shekinah flow, detach. You have go beyond attachments and detach, and then you have Divine Mother above the Empress. But yeah, when we think of Divine Feminine or Divine Mother energy, there's a sense of flow, right? Of surrender, of letting go. So there could be something as well with judgment and, you know, go beyond attachments. You may be letting go of any attachments to the physical world or even expectations, which are always obviously projected from the mind of how things should be, of what we should be doing. It's like you're not living from that place anymore. You're living purely from the soul, from this flow state. And I feel like that's what's creating this different. It's almost like creating miracles in your life because there's going to be so much happening around you and unfolding in a beautiful way, but you're not really doing it. I mean, you are energetically, but it's like, and that's not to say you won't be called to take action at different points or to, you know, take action toward a particular opportunity or accept it. But there's a sense like the way it comes to you is just organic. Okay, Ethiopian opal, fertile ground, Pegasus, unicorn energy, rainbow child. Okay, yeah, with fertile, you have fertile ground with Seven of Cups, which for me is showing a lot of opportunities, right? Or it's a time to plant certain seeds, or there's new options and possibilities coming in. There's just a lot of new energy, but it's come from this awakening and also this radical release. Like I feel like you're not holding on to anything. You've surrendered, you let go. You're not taking, also there's a lack of fear. Part of why your energy's coming off so zen and peaceful is I'm not really picking up much fear because it's like you can see through the veil so clearly. There's nothing to be afraid of. You know, everything is love and everything is unfolding in accordance with the divine. Divine source is the idea that no person, place, or thing is your salvation, only love itself. Yeah, I feel like you've let go or detached from anything that's not God, source, the divine. So your anchor is internal. And that's why I feel like you're not really fazed by the physical, right? And that's why life can flow so beautifully and freely for you, because there's that lack of attachment. There's no desire for the ego to try and control anything. And again, that's when that naturally will happen when we step into this Christ consciousness rather than, you know, living from the mind, from the ego. You also have acceptance. Radical acceptance in the now opens the flow. That's exactly what it is. It's like you're fully open energetically, and that's what's enabling. And you notice you have go with the flow and opens the flow. So I keep getting this energy of you moving with life, flowing with life. You also have green Tara, healing light, wellness unfolding, know that healing is a journey. I feel like there's something about your path, your energy, your frequency that is healing to others. But again, it's meant to be shared or transmitted to others. your light and just your energy field is very, very important to the collective. Now, that doesn't mean, some of you, I do feel like you literally have, you know, quite pronounced spiritual gifts. You may be a prophet, you may be a great speaker. You can help to share your story, your gifts. You could be a great shaman, a psychic, a channel. But I feel like there's something about your energy that's so important in this world, that's so healing. You have Hilarion, divine emergence, be seen, let the world know your gifts. And that color green again. I do feel for many of you, you have a spiritual purpose or destiny that really involves being seen, right? And with know your gifts, these are otherworldly gifts. It's the gift of your energy, which is ultimately the only gift any of us ever have, right? The only real gift is our consciousness, because that's the only thing that remains, that's true. So I'm getting here, there's something about your energy, your soul, your even divine gifts and abilities that are here to be seen and shared with others and could really inspire and light up others. We have crossing into the light. Today I face a new bridge that I must cross on my journey to inner transformation. Today, like every day, I will practice the laws of universal love. Thus, I will deal with the current situation in a positive way so that I can continue to grow and evolve. As I cross this bridge on my way towards the light, I'm reminded of the true meaning of life. But yeah, I feel like there is this bridge, or there's this portal that opens for you and everything changes. But it's coming from almost fully embracing unconditional love, or the vibration of love, and letting go of everything else, ultimately, in an energetic sense, right? We can still move through the world and have certain physical experiences, but not have attachment to it, right? Like I can, you know, I could have my business and perform those activities. I can, you know, have a relationship and connect with them and have that be my expression of love. But there's something about, the ego is not binding you to those things, or there's no conditions around it, right? This is like well on the path to enlightenment, a full awakening. Return to the inner temple. Today I rediscover my inner self in sacred silence. This is the inner temple in which I'm able to calmly study the lessons life has provided me. Here I regain my sense of tranquility. I retrieve my trust in the universe. Bathed in the light of my inner temple, I now remember the value of each and every step of my life. I mentioned, with silence before. So we have sacred silence. You may be called to spend more time in silence with this awakening. Your energy is silent but powerful. And again, some of you will be called to speak, but I feel like when you speak, it's going to be even more powerful because of that, because you're still within. You've nurtured that silence within. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day.